as we say here in Panama, buena. Hello everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Ocean Builder's official online product launch. We're so excited you've joined us from all over the world. I'm seeing folks from Costa Rica, Spain, China, Mexico, United States, and so many more. I know. Finally, right? After years of needed R&D, we're standing here today to announce something special, something extraordinary. What on earth could I be speaking of? Oh, do we have some excitement planned for you. Today, in our short 30 minutes together, I want to take you on a journey. I want to help our story be told. To do that, we prepared some incredible segments just for you. Coming up in a bit is the man himself, our visionary leader, some special guests from here in Panama, and the moment everyone has been waiting patiently for, our official product launch. That's right. By the end of this stream, we will showcase to you our inaugural SeaPods, open up our global waitlist, and move ourselves into commercial production. That felt great to say. Hang in there tight, folks. You won't want to miss a single moment today. We may just be giving you the opportunity to join us at our exclusive grand opening in September. I guess you'll have to stick around to find out. It's been a roller coaster, folks. Or maybe the perfect storm is a better depiction of the wave we've had to get over to be standing here today. Thing is, we kept afloat, and with more momentum than ever before. This sweet taste of a new future is right at our fingertips. Now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, strap in and put your hands together. I welcome our visionary leader, our CEO and co-founder, Mr. Grant Roman.
Thank you, Connor. Today is a very special day. It is a day that is more than 5 years in the making. Over the years, we've been showing pictures of the SeaPod and the Green Pod to people, and you can just see people's eyes go, wow. And then they say that it looks like it's right out of the future. Many years ago, I fell in love with living on the water. I found a unique Airbnb that was a floating house. Now, I had no idea that anything like this even existed. It looked like a completely normal house, but it was floating. It was on a floating concrete base at a marina. I booked a one-night stay, and the next day I extended for a week, and then a month, and then the summer. And I did not leave for 3.5 years. The only reason I moved out was so that I could come here and build a SeaPod. One thing is for sure, I absolutely fell in love with the lifestyle of living in a floating home. And it wasn't just me. Literally everyone that came to visit did not want to leave. One of the things I loved was waking up in the morning and going for a sunrise paddle in a kayak, having dinner with friends on my own private waterfront patio, or just sitting for hours and watching the water float by. It was like living at a resort all year round. There is something that is magical about living on the water that is naturally rejuvenating, restorative, relaxing. So many people spend all year working really hard and dreaming of taking their 1 or 2 weeks of vacation in some tropical beach paradise. With a SeaPod, we're completely changing that. Why just live your ideal lifestyle 1 or 2 weeks a year, especially in today's world where you can work from almost anywhere? Why not just live like that year round? If we look back to our original prototype we built, it was something that only an engineer could love. It was not pretty at all. And it wasn't supposed to be pretty. It was designed to prove essential engineering principles. Before we built it, people said it would never work. And then we built it, and it did work. And it worked really well. When I first saw the original prototype floating in the water, a light bulb went off in my head, and I had a massive amount of inspiration. I spent weeks writing down ideas, coming up with new concepts, and drawing out hundreds and hundreds of designs. I had a vision for what this could become, so I sat down with Koen Althuis, the world's foremost expert for designing floating architecture. And we came up with what is now known as the SeaPod. We wanted to design something that made people curious and captured the imagination. We also wanted it to inspire people to open their minds to something totally new and a whole new way of living. We really set out to create something very special. and I'm proud of what our team has been able to do. When I first started going to car shows when I was young, I always loved seeing these concept cars that gave you a glimpse into the future. The concept cars I saw in 1980 never came into reality. So we didn't want to make just another concept home that never came into reality. It's always been important to me that the pods that we've been teasing for the last 3.5 years really has to deliver on the vision we've been putting out. I'm happy to say we are putting out a pod that is 95% accurate to the visual look that you've been seeing for the last few years. In 2007, Apple revolutionized the phone when they introduced the original iPhone. Whether you love or you hate Apple, they started something that really changed the world. It took more than 5 years, 1,000 engineers, and hundreds of millions of dollars, and they managed to make a phone that was a game changer and changed things in so many ways. Today, Ocean Builders is launching the SeaPod and the GreenPod in what we believe will get everyone who sees them and experiences them in person to rethink what a home can be. Nothing like this has ever been done before. Every millimeter and every pixel of the SeaPod has been lovingly designed and painstakingly engineered and built with intelligent and thoughtful home automation technology seamlessly blended together in a way that no other home has ever been made before. And at the same time, it was built to be eco-restorative. This is a complex combination of futuristic design, marine and mechanical engineering, computer hardware and software, as well as marine restoration, research and development. This is our vision of what a futuristic concept home can be, but it is available starting today. This has been a team effort with more than 80 people in 11 countries around the world over the last 5 years who have been contributing towards bringing this into reality. We believe this is the beginning of a new way of living, not just on the water, but in the world. Now let's take a look at the lifestyle that really excites us about living in a SeaPod.
Welcome to Panama. Bienvenido a Panama. We're sitting here on the beautiful Caribbean in the province of Colón on the Atlantic side of Panama. Well, why Panama? Well, as you may know, Panama is the hub of the Americas. Panama sits right in the middle of North America and South America, so we're a hub for basically everything. We're a hub for shipping, we're a hub for commerce, maritime, we're a legal hub, a financial hub. Many corporate headquarters are located here. We're a diplomatic hub. We're on the US dollar. You can get direct flights from Panama almost everywhere in the hemisphere within one flight. And we've become quite the hub for people to reside here, either part-time or full-time, because of our proximity. And Panama has some very attractive incentives for people to come here, either relocating their business here or moving here or retiring here. Panama has become this little hub, this nice little microclimate of everything that you want and need. And being a small country, it's geographically very beautiful. We have the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and mountains in between, lakes, rivers. So we have surfing, we have a lot of tourism, there's a lot of agriculture, aquaculture. So there's just a lot going on here for a small country. And as I like to joke with people, Panama, we have everything but snow skiing. So now let's narrow it down. Why Linton Bay? Why Puerto Lindo? Why Colón, the province of Colón? Well, we, as you can see, are pretty much a water-based community. We have a large yacht marina nearby called Linton Bay Marina. That happens to be on the path between the Panama Canal and the San Blas Islands, which are on the bucket lists of every boater. So the marina has become an anchor for our community to bring people with their own homes, which right now are their own boats. But thanks to our Ocean Builders neighbors, we now have options for people living on our coastline. You can live in a SeaPod, or you can live in an EcoPod and be part of our Linton Bay community. So our community now, as you're going to see, we have people doing conservation, reforestation, reef restoration. We have people doing aquaculture, agriculture, boat repair, and of course the Ocean Builders with the floating homes. So really, in our community, there's a little bit of everything. We're less than 2 hours from the capital city of Panama City by road, and even closer if you want to take a helicopter. But we are very accessible, and we have a lovely culture down here, and we have a nice group of local people who have embraced all of the expats and foreigners who have chosen to make Linton Bay, Puerto Lindo, their home. So I'm not going to sit here and talk all day. I want you to meet all the people who are our neighbors. So I'm going to let them take it away, and you can meet them firsthand.
You can be the best biologist and you can hold the answer, but if you don't find the key of connecting the big masses towards that solution, you're gonna go to the grave with that solution in between your hands. Yeah. So what we are trying to do, and something that called our attention a lot from Ocean Builders, was the word or the phrase open source.
Panama allows you that opportunity to create dreams, and this is a dream.
Here we are in Linton Bay, and this is an area that we're so excited about developing because we feel that there's opportunities for somebody who maybe doesn't like the city.
Well, they are the most innovative people, and this is why I'm excited about the SeaPods too. They don't waste anything, they're very eco-friendly, they recycle and reuse everything.
The thing is, whenever humanity had the opportunity to expand, like maybe after a disaster, when there was suddenly empty space available, anytime that happens, then what we see is an increase in liberty and an increase in prosperity. So we don't actually need a disaster to create great prosperity, but in the past it was usually the case, and that is I think why it is important to open a new frontier.
This is launch day. The SeaPod Eco is right here. It was literally put in the water today. This is the Eco model, which you will be able to see and experience for yourself at our grand opening launch event. Let's take a look. Isn't she beautiful? We can't wait to share this with you. I know this will be a unique experience for everyone that gets to experience this in person. Overnight stays in pods will begin in December, and the first full-time residents can move in within 9 months. We will be demonstrating the amazing pod life technology at our grand opening, which will include our magic smart ring, which I'm wearing right now. You will have one ring to rule your pod. It will allow you to unlock the front door, to activate the smart shower to your saved temperature and pressure settings. You can use invisible hotspots throughout your pod to trigger customized automations like lighting scenes and music, and you can unlock other advanced functionality throughout the house. We have some really fun applications in mind with this technology that we're really excited to share with you. We will have Reef AI, which is an underwater camera that shows you what is happening in the underwater world around your pod. Within a few months, this will be upgraded so you can pan, tilt, and zoom your camera, and in early 2023, you will be able to have sea life detection, which sends notifications to you when your favorite sea life is swimming around in front of your pod. I think that's really cool. We will have gesture AI to control your house with simple hand gestures. We will demonstrate autonomous boats for removing your trash, compost, and recycling, as well as for delivering groceries and heavy payloads of over 400 pounds. When the autonomous boat is not on a delivery, it doubles as an ocean cleanup vessel that helps remove plastic and other floating garbage that other people have thrown away. We will show off our underwater 3D mapping technology, which allows us to create rich, photorealistic 3D maps of the ocean floor and collect sensor readings, and you can overlay them year after year after year so we can scientifically prove the marine restoration effect of pods on the environment. And I think that's really amazing. We will show off smart appliances with our partner Miele, which will be deeply integrated into the home automation software. I'm really excited about finding ways to optimize daily life by creating routines that your house can run automatically to make your life easier. You can try the bed presence detector, which allows you to trigger automations in the pod, like turning on reading lights, relaxing music, turning off the Wi-Fi at night when you go to bed. Or in the morning, it'll start your coffee the moment you get out of bed using the Miele coffee maker. At our grand opening, we will do live demonstrations of a rescue drone, which is an amazing breakthrough to help keep you and your loved ones safe when playing in the water. At our in-person launch event, we will have a very special surprise for the unveiling of our 3D coral printing machine, which is fantastic for coral restoration work. And most of all, I'm excited to see the look of delight in people's eyes the first time they step into a SeaPod. The experience is going to be amazing. Imagine you're several meters over the water, above the waves. You have incredible views in every direction. It is not like any living experience you've ever had before. We really hope to see you at our VIP launch event. Now, let's take a behind-the-scenes look at how SeaPods have been made.
Welcome home, folks, is what I look forward to saying when we suit you up in your very own personalized SeaPod. For now, join me on a walkthrough of our inaugural SeaPod, the Eco model. You're literally the first to get this immersive experience showcasing the world's first SeaPod. When we started developing the pods, we wanted to bring you a smart home that would make your life ever so simple, automated, luxurious, and efficient. From your smart appliances to gesture, voice, and facial control, to underwater cameras with AI, we've configured it all together in a way so that you can control just about anything from your Pod Companion app. I would say Pod Companion is your new best friend, but it makes more sense to say your whole pod. Your home is your new best friend. Everything about it can be configured to your liking, preferences, and with ease of adjustments at your leisure. We at Ocean Builders prioritize consumer data privacy, so rest assured, your data is encrypted and dedicated only to your pod. We've implemented sustainable energy generation like solar thermal, while also taking precautionary measures by providing generator options and battery storage. Waste? This is something we're extremely proud of. All gray water gets recycled through the faucets, toilets, and shower after being intensely purified. All black water is also purified, but strictly recycled into the toilets, whereas the solid waste is incinerated safely. Nothing is dumped. Enjoy fresh, potable water via our desalination and remineralization system. Quite frankly, I can go on and on about technology. For all my viewers who are wondering, do I have to get all of this technical functionality? The answer is absolutely not. We've designed these so that they're extremely modular and can be personalized to your liking, beginning with a starter unit that gives you all you need in a home. We've gone above and beyond just smart functionality. Your pod is rich with utility, safety, comfort, and service. Let's move through it. Utility. 845 square feet of living space, over 1,000 of storage space, expansion packs for your outriggers, such as a water gazebo, hot tub, solar panels, passenger drone landing, greenhouses, and much more. With optional skylight and portholes, you can access your roof for helicopter transport or drone deliveries. Dock your vessels, use your pod for marine research, and enjoy convenient access for all water sports. Safety. Solid steel foundations anchored down with chains. Heavy-duty gel-coated fiberglass shell, equipped with gas and smoke detectors, threat protection with AI, lifeguard drones, lightning prevention. We're prepared for anything. Hurricanes? The first pods deployed here in Panama are outside of the hurricane zone, so you're already out of harm's way. I'll share more about our global roadmap shortly. Comfort. Teak floor finishing for no-slip grip, automated blackout blinds, private data storage, personalized bathroom and bedroom experiences set to your own configuration and control, 360-degree viewing and sliding panel windows for added open space, AC, dehumidifier, tinted windows, and low EMF to reduce the radiation from your smart tech. Service. We've developed drone delivery for payloads up to 200 kilograms, or 440 pounds. So for those barbecues, date nights, new chair, trash day, and forgotten toiletries, we've got you covered with everything in between. We're teaming up with dinghy boat providers and jet ski providers to soon offer along with your pod, while there are already water taxi services available in Panama. Although our inaugural pods are certainly the floating pods, don't be mistaken. We can use a piling foundation instead of a floating one if you want to be on the shoreline. Or maybe you want to transition into being in a fully land-based green pod. Our pilings start at 8 meters in height, yet only require a surface diameter of 1.6 meters. Say goodbye to excessive deforestation and hello to the most magical views of your life. My personal favorite is our flagship SeaPod with a coral garden underneath. I'll soon tell you more about the two optional shell models, the Eco, which is what I'm standing in, and the flagship model. But first, do you want to know how this even works? I figured. Imagine an iceberg or a bottle of wine floating along in the water's surface. You see, the magic is below the surface. We've engineered a floating foundation that uses ballast tanks, weights, and calculated distribution. In other words, we neutralize the buoyancy by pulling down on it while simultaneously pulling up. With our shallow water model, having our 3 tripod-like outriggers, we're also able to take on breakwaters and waves without you even noticing. Look, if I may, I humbly believe that what we're doing is something you're already after. Imagine that lifestyle, the one where you're experiencing the world, traveling with loved ones, taking the proper breaks from work, or taking with you remote work. That corporate retreat, that luxurious resort stay, it's there in your mind. I know it. We're here to deliver on that vision tenfold. We've put together the technology, the safety and comfort, the utility and service, and of course, this new modern way of offshore oceanfront living. It's time to get you set up with your own pod. Are you ready? Okay, I'm sure you want more info, more sneak peeks, and I want to give it to you. So instead of making this event overly technical, how about I just bust the gates wide open? As of this very moment, we're officially opening up our global waitlist with just a $100 refundable deposit. That's it, $100 US. And yes, it's refundable. Now listen closely. These next points are crucial. This $100 will get your name on the waitlist. You can allocate your deposit to either a purchase, rental experience, or fractional ownership. Purchasing. You can use your $100 deposit to move into a payment plan to outright own a pod. Rental experience. You can use your $100 deposit towards a minimum one-night stay on our dedicated rental pods. Fractional ownership. You can use your $100 deposit towards owning tokenized shares of a pod. Now, some more important things to note for each. When purchasing, you can expect an economically sensible payment plan with a very transparent and well-roadmapped fulfillment experience. For rentals, we plan to open up the dedicated rental pods in about 90 days. For fractional ownership, there's a very special blockchain partner that we're developing this technology with. All pods between now and 2024 will strictly be deployed here in Panama, with intentions to fulfill global orders throughout 2024. This timeline is subject to change, also meaning it may accelerate as we're already scouting viable locations and markets for global pods. So, whether you're a business exec, blockchain enthusiast, resort owner, rental property manager, or a family looking for a unique experience, our pods are ready for you. Let me clarify what's available. We're offering our shallow water SeaPod in both the flagship and eco shell model. We're also offering our land-based green pod in both the flagship and eco shell model. The flagship shell is a 3 half-floor unit starting at $395,000 US. The eco shell is a single-floor unit starting at $295,000 US. But remember, you can start by getting your name on the waitlist with just a $100 refundable deposit today. For those ready, we'll work one-on-one with you, mano y mano, to give you a transparent and economically sensible purchasing experience. So, head to the link below to visit the product pages, get more familiar with the specs, and I look forward to seeing your name on our list of pod pioneers. Oh, and remember that surprise about joining us at our grand opening in September? Well, we planted that surprise in the checkout experience of today's deposit. Hope to see you in September.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for your patience, trust, and your willingness to come along this journey. If you haven't yet, I personally encourage you, get yourself on our wait list. Go get your $100 deposit in today. You have nothing to lose. We'll be hosting live Q&A sessions between this online launch and our grand opening. So be sure to keep social media notifications on and our newsletter in your primary inbox. Questions can be submitted through our contact form. Look, without you, this is all just a vision. I hope it's become evident that what we're here for is something much greater than ourselves. We're here to develop world-changing, humanity-evolving, environmentally restorative ocean technologies. Dive in with us and come live above the waves.